Today I went to Watling Street Dental in Gillingham and I had my Smile White aligners fitted, and I want to share with you the journey so far. And I think the best place to start is, why did I decide to have my teeth straightened? Well, as a kid, I went through a traumatic process having my braces fitted. I think it was about 4 years I had braces. I had 4 teeth taken out, 2 from the top, 2 from the bottom. And then I had train tracks on the bottom, and I had the old, what they called, the retainers at the top that you could kind of take in and out, which as a kid, you just go, and you just like to flip them in and out really. But anyway, that's gross. And I noticed back last year that one of my teeth right here on the top was starting to kick out. It wasn't anything major, but I just felt like it was getting worse and worse, over time. And I sort of noticed that 2 of my teeth were also turning in a little bit. And I was kind of a little bit concerned because not only I'd gone through all of that as a kid, but also my parents had gone through so much as well, taking time off work. And for me, my smile, it might be vain, but my smile is really important to me. And so I started the process of just tentatively trying to find out, if it could be fixed. So I went to my dentist and they said that they couldn't do anything at all whatsoever. And so I was a little bit, So I thought, that's my journey ended. But I started to look online a little bit more about how this could be sorted. And that's when I come across Smile White. And I looked at their website and I thought, sod it, I'm just going to put a thing in online and book an appointment, because no harm, right? Just chatting to somebody. And I spoke to Ollie and he took me through the whole process. I have to admit, I was a bit sceptical to start with, because he basically, the way he assessed me was, he asked me to smile to the camera. So I smiled at the camera. I told him which one, I was having problems with. And he said, yeah, not a problem. We can do that. And it would take 12 weeks. And I was like, right, okay, so how do we do it then? And he said, well, you'll have an aligner each week and it will be fitted to you. You get to see a dentist. And I was like, okay, this is interesting, because obviously I've only ever been through train tracks and aligners. And I took all the information. I didn't make a decision on the call because I wanted to research it. I'm very much that sort of person where I like to research things. So I went and looked at other companies. I had consultations with other people, and they asked me to do the same thing. They just asked me to smile at the camera. And so it started to confirm to me that actually this is how they do it now in the 21st century, not back in the 90s when I had my braces. And the only catch was with the other companies was the price. The price was very, very hefty compared to the price at Smile White. And so because of that, I thought there must be something wrong. There must be something amiss. But when I put things side by side, they were actually the same. So I called up Ollie, I booked an appointment again, and I signed on the dotted line and I said, let's do this thing. I want to talk to you about some of the concerns that I had in my head going through this, because for me, anything like this is a big thing. Like, your teeth are a big deal to me. Like, you only really get one set of teeth, and I've always been told by my parents, you have to look after your teeth, and I totally agree with them with that. And a lot of concerns going on with me, as in it's all online, but you do get to see a dentist twice, and I'm used to seeing my dentist, so I was really nervous about going to see another one. So that was a concern of mine, like, are they going to be okay? Are they going to wreck my teeth? Are they going to be a reputable dentist? Everything was online, and I'd heard some horror stories about a different club. It was called, I can't remember what it's called now, something club. And, I was concerned that these were going to be the same people. So I even researched like Companies House and everything. I really went into this. But I kind of, as I say, threw caution to the wind, and I went ahead with it. They were my massive concerns. My first consultation, I had to travel an hour to go and see the dentist. And I have to tell you, the guys at Watling Street Dental were brilliant. I was not expecting what I received. And this isn't me selling anything. I'm just telling you exactly how it was. I got there and Dr. Timmy, who's actually an MBE, went to his practice up in Gillingham. It was Watling Street Dental. And I sat in the chair and he did a thorough examination. He checked all around my throat, around my face, on my neck. He looked at all my teeth. He did x-rays. I think we had 3 or 4 different x-rays of my teeth and my mouth to make sure they were all healthy. We took pictures and I think I was with them for a good 45 minutes. And I was just thinking to myself, wow, this is a really great, sort of checkup that I'm having. And I left the practice and they said, we'll be in contact with you. They scanned my teeth. So do you remember in the olden days where you used to have the impressions and they would put them in, they would make you gag? Well, that doesn't happen anymore. What happens now is they scan your teeth with like this 3D scanner. And then on the screen next to you, it actually comes up and you can see as they're scanning your teeth. I thought that was absolute magic. I love a bit of tech, and that's definitely a high bit of tech. And that is how they get the impressions for your teeth. And then what happens is they then send it away. And then 6 to 8 weeks later, your aligners arrive and you go and you have them fitted. So it was really simple, really easy, completely painless, like pain-free, but really, really thorough. And then, of course, that takes us up to today, ta-da, when I went and had my aligners fitted. I was really nervous about today. I'll tell you, one of the big things I was most nervous about was if they had to shave my teeth down, because what I was worried about was that I would be left with these great big gaping holes and it would look awful, and that if they're shaving my teeth, does that mean that it's going to be really sensitive? So again, I had all of these things that I was really worried about. Would I be numbed? Would I have needles? And it was none of that at all whatsoever. But I went along, sat in the seat. They put this great big white thing in my mouth, which my husband Barry, he found highly amusing because of A, the way it looked, and B, because it shut me up for a bit. So they put that on. They cleaned all of my teeth up for me, like really polished them up. Then they put the little buttons on. So what happens is you have tiny little buttons. I'll show you. I don't know if you can see them on your teeth. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 6 little buttons. That's what they call them. And that's what the aligners clip onto. They're put on. It's almost, I'm making this obviously very technical, but it looks like they mix up some glue and then they put it on. And Barry said he watched and they kind of actually mold it onto your tooth, which is just fascinating. And so then, they put the aligners on and they fit them. They use like UV to kind of set it all, I think. This is me being technical. And the filing of the teeth, I only had one area here. And the reason that they do that is so that the teeth can bend and mold. So when I had my consultation, they sent me an image of how my teeth would look and how they would move over time. And I asked them, why we need to do a little bit of shaving. They said, so it gives it room for your teeth to move, basically. So yeah, it was just interesting to understand that. So they sent me that so that I could, approve that, that's, how I want my teeth to look, and I was good to go. But anyway, back to today. And they fitted them, they put the aligners in for me, they let me put them in for the first time, which was really cool. And then they gave me this great big box. And the instructions so far are this. Every Monday night, I have to change my aligners. So I have one every week. They've given me this great big box. You can see everything that's inside, and each week, you'll see that I have the number 1, the number 2, the number 3, the number 4. They're all individually marked for the aligners that I need to put in. The procedure today was completely painless. Right, I thought I would have injections, didn't have any injections, no numbing, no nothing. Right, even with the little filing, it just feels gritty, and that's it really, to be honest with you. And I was only in there for, I think it was like 55 minutes. They said they allowed 2 hours for the appointment. I was like, what, 2 hours? But I was only in there for about 55 minutes. And then I was done and dusted, and I went on my merry way. So I've had my first meal as soon as I got back. I had some lunch. And it does feel weird, I will admit that. You take the aligners out. They have a little tub that you put them in. So you put the aligner in the tub and you have something to eat. And it does feel weird because you've got these little buttons on your teeth. And it can feel a little bit rough, but I've spoken to people and they say that they do smooth down. But I was just really cautious because I was eating like crunchy bread and some crisps and having a cup of tea. But all good, we're still intact. So they seem, touch wood so far, quite robust. Afterwards, you do have to brush your teeth. So I've got a little kit down here because we've got a 3-story house. So I've got a little kit down here, which I've got just like a toothpaste, toothbrush, and a little interdental cleaner, you know, one of these little TP things. So after every time I eat or drink anything other than water, I need to brush my teeth. But if I can't and I haven't got anything accessible, the dentist just said, just wash your mouth with plain water as soon as you can, brush your teeth. So there you go, that is my journey so far as to why I chose Smile White, why I'm here, the consultation, my fears and concerns, and then my first fitting. And I know it's only, how many hours since I've had them fitted? 2 hours, but so far so good. And I'll kind of do videos every other week or so just to keep you up to date on how things are going. And you will definitely see the results at the end of the 12 weeks. And at the end of the 12 weeks, I have got a tooth whitening kit as well. So I've been given that as well, so that not only will my teeth be lovely and aligned, but they will ding as well. But I'll share all of that with you on my journey. If you have any questions, any concerns, please reach out to me. And if I can answer them, I will do, okay? Because I know that this process can be quite scary, quite daunting, but also quite exciting as well. And it can be a big thing. So please don't hesitate, give me a shout and I will answer your questions as much as I can. And I'll see you soon.